Hi, this is Rabbi Kravitz with Jews for Judaism. Welcome to our weekly Torah class. I wanted to share with you a very interesting lesson about this week's portion, which is the portion of Noah. It's also known as Noach. That's the correct way to pronounce his name. So everybody seems to know the story that Noach was told by God that there would be a flood to destroy the world, and that he built a ark, and he brought all the animals in, and he saved them. One of the things that people don't always focus on is the fact that after the flood ended and Noah and his family came out of the ark, God put a rainbow in the sky as a sign of a covenant that God would never destroy the world again. Now, this word covenant comes up in other places in the Torah, specifically with the covenant at Mount Sinai, where the Jewish people received the 613 commandments. So it's interesting that if you look carefully at the Torah, you'll see that God's covenant with Noah was also a covenant of commandments. But in the case of Noah, it was 7 basic commandments for all mankind. And this explains why the Jewish people do not try to convert everyone to Judaism, because we don't believe that Judaism is the exclusive way for mankind to reach God and have a relationship with God. For Jewish people, we believe it's the Torah with its 613 beautiful commandments. But for the rest of the world, it's these 7 commandments that were given to Noah. Some of them predated him and were given to Adam and Eve. But let's talk about what those 7 are. First of all, they all have to be founded on the belief that they come from God. The first one is to not blaspheme God's name, to curse God. The second one is not to worship idolatry. Then comes the commandment not to murder, also not to steal, not to commit adultery, to set up courts of justice, and lastly, to not be cruel to animals. Now, those are 7 categories, and they consist of approximately 65 to 70 actual commandments. And any person that follows that based on the belief that they come from God can have an intimate and personal relationship with God. And that's when we talk about the righteous among the nations. These are people who are not Jewish, but they are Noahites. And this is a movement that has been growing in the last several decades of people who were dissatisfied with religion, but wanted to find a path that didn't put guilt on them. So what they did is they found and discovered this teaching of the Noahites, and they call themselves Noahites. So it should be that this should be a year where both Jew and non-Jew recognize that we each have special and unique missions in our relationship with God. It doesn't make one better than the other, it just makes us unique. And we should join together in serving God and transforming this world into a better place that's based on values and morality and kindness and love toward one another. So I wish you a beautiful Shabbat Shalom, and we'll see you next week.